Hello guys, this video will talk about how to use splines, a nice spline introduction. So pretty much go right here and then you can look up splines right here. So I've got that set to shift 1 and I can go ahead and start to create lines. We also have different types right here. We have line, rectangle, circle, arc, ellipse, donut, text. You know, this is a very good way to create text right here, guys. Just kind of plop this in here. Enter in whatever kind of message you want, whatever kind of font you want, and then to make it 3D, just go ahead and apply extrude. This is actually not for polygons, but for splines here. And then in order to make good topology, go ahead and then, retopologize that. So now once you guys know how to use several tools together, kind of learn how to quickly work with 3ds Max here. You notice how some, for example, are not properly topologized, but that is as simple, guys. Let's just go ahead and, detach them as a separate object. And then sometimes you can even detach them further. And you can just try and rerun retopology here. If it does not work, you can go ahead and then use subdivide. Choose a different value here, a different method, and then retopologize again. And there you go. So it's an easy fix right there, but that is how you can use splines to get 3D text. Alright, so the first way you would use this is that you can use this to make pipes. So if you left click, you will get these angles. You can hold shift to constrain to 9 degrees. If you left click and hold, you will get curves. So you can kind of go from a curve to then a sharp angle, then back to a curve. So you can essentially, guys, use this to trace out various shapes here. So you can, for example, get something like this. All right, then we run the lathe modifier. And as you can see, guys, we can then go ahead into the center here, put it right there. And as you can see, what that does is that kind of uses this as a shape to kind of rotate around. And so this is very useful for a lot of fancy decorations, ornamental objects like this. If you guys are enjoying this video, be sure to check out the description where I have links to more advanced courses such as on sci-fi design, futuristic vehicles, furniture, and more comprehensive advanced courses. Alright, you can also of course use this for all sorts of pipes here. Once you got the spline set up, you switch from the creation to modify. You go ahead into the vertices. You can right click on this, Control A, and you can right click and you set them to be, for example, Bezier, which essentially are these little handle things that you see. You can kind of select these handles and modify them. Then we make both the X and Y axis active. Then you simply click on the vertex and you kind of modify this handle to get kind of fine control over what's happening here. Alright. You can also, of course, set it to be corner or smooth. So you've got this little spline here, and then you can go ahead and enable in render, enable in viewport, and then you can customize the settings here. So if these are off, guys, if you render this right now, you won't get any kind of thickness here. You gotta make sure it's, if for example, it only says enable in viewport, when you actually render this, you won't see this result here. You just see nothingness. So you want to make sure both of these are on. But if you simply apply on top, guys, it won't matter. You will turn it into a geometry object. So here, we can set the thickness of the spline here of the pipe. How many sides it has. And if there's an actual end right here. You can also make it rectangular. And then you can turn the cap on and off. You can have it be a quad cap here. You can actually have it end as a sphere or not. So you can actually have this kind of ending here if you so wish. We're going to just turn that off completely, if the end will be hidden. Then you can just apply a poly on top, guys. You can make more modifications. If you want to do some cool little detail modeling on this, you can do it right on top. So you create your spline, and then you can go ahead and model things right on top. And you can begin to kind of, if you want, combine your objects together. And so with like this, you can get very cool details very quickly. You can also draw your spline on top of other objects very easily. So you have a sphere and you want to draw a spline on it. I'll press Shift 1, that's my hotkey for activating line. You right click on this, set this from vertex to face. Then press S to activate snaps. And then guys, you can simply draw splines on top of your whatever kind of shape you want. You can also select objects and create a spline from them. So if I go ahead and hold Shift, I can kind of select this. Now I can go ahead and right here where it says create shape and click on that, it creates a spline from that. I can now just make it for a lot of times, guys. It's actually good just to make it a corner spline, and then you can just subdivide afterwards. So corner makes things simpler if you're going to use subdivision. Now by default you have something called interpolation, which is set to 6. Interpolation is essentially how complex the spline is. So this is interpolation of 6. If we set it to be a lower value, let's see here. Yes, if you go down to 5, it'll become simpler and simpler. And if it's just 0, it's going to be the bare minimum. Which you may want sometimes, guys. If you're going to be using subdivision, you can go ahead and set this to be like 8. And then you can go ahead and rely on subdivision to make this more complex at render time. Right, so you can do something like that. Another way you can use splines is to create certain shapes, certain kind of hard surface shapes, in which case I'll turn off the enable here. Close it up. I click on the first point. Then you can just go ahead, guys, use extrude. And just like that, you have a solid shape out of this. So you can use this to create hard surface shapes, mechanical shapes. What's cool about this, guys, is if I create, for example, a circle right here and put it right here, I can now select this and I can attach the circle to this. And oh, you can see that's happening, guys, because of the interpolation. It's set to 0. So let's bring it back to 6. Now when I extrude, I get this kind of detail, guys. Same for like rectangle. Now I can attach. And now extrude. And I get this right here, guys. So I can now continue working with this. further modeling. You know, I'll use a smooth modifier. Then we can try to retopologize this. Alright, looks like I got a problem right here. Oh yes, it's because these two details are kind of intersecting here. There we go. So just like that, guys, you have a very kind of efficient method for modeling. Alright. So there are other things, of course, you can do with splines. You can run different types of modifiers on them. So you could run, for example, the sweep modifier. This is good for getting some sort of trim details when you're like doing environmental modeling, architectural modeling. Another thing you can do is you can use splines to run other objects through it. So let's say, for example, I model some quick cylinders. Alright, so I got this detail here. And I'm going to go ahead and press S for snaps, vertex snaps. Hold shift and kind of snap right there. And attach them together. Now I'm going to create a spline. Let's make it smooth. And let's move the support. Right, now I can go ahead and use a path deform, a world space or object space. And I can take the path and set the path mode right there. As you guys can see, I can now kind of move this along the path, stretch it out, rotate it, twist it, to create interesting, all sorts of cable details, guys. And I can have anything kind of follow a spline. I can have this be used for train tracks. And let's go ahead and create some quick train tracks. Let's see. This part should be on the bottom, right? I don't know, some sort of quick tracks like this. Attach them all together. Control A, attach. Now I can also have this follow the spline. Might need to change the axis and the rotation. So you can use this for a wide variety of things, guys. Alright, that's a quick course, guys, on using splines. Thank you for watching and take care.